It is Wednesday, June 16. Welcome to CGN News. The British government has withdrawn the deportation order for an autistic Jamaican man at the center of an international saga. The decision to allow Azim Brown to remain with his family in the United Kingdom was announced Tuesday by the Home Office. His mother, Joan Martin, confirmed to the Gleaner. Martin released a statement to the media saying she was pleased that the right decision has been made. Azim was convicted of robbery, attempted robbery, and perverting the course of justice in the Wolverhampton Crown Court on July 30, 2018. He was convicted under Britain's controversial joint enterprise legislation, which critics say disproportionately targets blacks and other minority youths. Grenada on Tuesday launched a game of chance as part of a strategy to get more citizens inoculated against the coronavirus. Health Minister Nicola Steele told reporters that each dose will be valid for a ticket and all vaccinated persons will automatically be entered into a lottery draw for 10,000 Eastern Caribbean dollars. The initiative is a partnership between the Lotteries Authority and the COVID-19 Committee. Grenada launched its vaccination program on February 12, and to date under 19,000 citizens have received the first dose and just over 9,000 are fully vaccinated. The vaccine is offered to all citizens over 18, but the authorities have expressed disappointment with the hesitancy among the population. The Uber app has launched in Kingston and St. Catherine, Jamaica. Uber will provide residents and visitors an accessible alternative to getting around and an opportunity to earn extra money. Quote, "We are happy to announce our arrival in Kingston to play a role in Jamaica's post-COVID-19 economic reactivation. We look forward to serving Jamaicans and visitors to the island," end quote, the company said. Uber said all leases are covered by Guardian Insurance, one of Jamaica's leading insurance companies. The company also noted that Uber is committed to being an ally of Kingston. The Uber app will be available in Jamaica through a vehicle with driver lease agreement. Haiti's Prime Minister Claude Joseph has thanked President Jovenel Moïse for extending his tenure as head of the government for another 30 days. Joseph, in a statement, said he warmly thanked Moïse for having kindly placed his trust in him to lead the interim government. Last weekend, Moïse announced he was renewing the mandate given to Joseph, even as he acknowledged that the time has come to find a favorable outcome to this crisis, which has lasted for 35 years. Quote, "Together we can do it," end quote, Moïse wrote on his Twitter account. The constitutional referendum that had been scheduled for June 27 had been postponed after the country experienced an upsurge in COVID-19 cases. Overseas now, state-mandated COVID-19 restrictions have been eliminated in New York as officials announced that the state had achieved its 70% adult partial vaccination milestone early. Governor Andrew Cuomo planned statewide fireworks displays to celebrate. The announcement means that there will be no more social distancing or gathering limits for more than a dozen commercial and social settings. There will also be no more capacity restrictions, health screening, or contact tracing protocols. U.S. President Joe Biden and Russian President Vladimir Putin are holding their first meeting since Biden took office, with wide disagreements likely and expectations low for any breakthroughs. The pair exchanged a brief handshake in front of reporters on Wednesday in Geneva before entering a stately lakeside villa for talks. Putin said he hoped for a productive meeting, while Biden said it was always better to meet face-to-face. Both said earlier they hope their discussions lead to more stable and predictable relations, even though they remain at odds over everything from arms control and cyber hacking to election interference and the Ukraine. But in hours leading up to the highly anticipated summit, Washington and Moscow were cool on the prospects for significant progress. The Canadian military's second-in-command has resigned after playing golf with the country's former defense chief, who is under investigation for sexual misconduct. Lieutenant General Mike Ruteau said he invited General Jonathan Vance to play golf to ensure his wellness. In his former role, Rouleau had authority over military investigators looking at the case against Vance. He said the pair did not discuss details of the investigation, but admitted that his decision had contributed to further erosion of trust in the military. Vance, who retired in January, has denied the sexual misconduct claims made against him. The U.S. Senate passed a bill Tuesday that would make Juneteenth or June 19th a federal holiday commemorating the end of slavery in the United States. Juneteenth commemorates when the last enslaved African Americans learned they were free. Confederate soldiers surrendered in April 1865, but word didn't reach the last enslaved black people until June 19, when Union soldiers brought the news of freedom to Galveston, Texas. That was also about 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. The Senate passed the bill under a unanimous consent agreement that expedites the process for considering legislation. It takes just one senator's objection to block such agreements. Several spectators were injured by a protester who parachuted into the stadium before France played Germany at the European Championship, UFA said Tuesday. Debris fell on the field and grandstand, narrowly missing France coach Didier Deschamps when the parachutist struck wires for an overhead camera attached to the stadium roof. European soccer's governing body called it a reckless act and said authorities will take necessary action. The incident happened just before the start of the Euro 2020 match between the last two World Cup champions. Deschamps was shown ducking into the team dugout to avoid falling debris. France won the match 1-0. And finally, a Spanish man has been sentenced to 15 years in prison after killing his mother and eating her remains. Alberto Sanchez Gomez, 28, was arrested in 2019 after police found body parts around his mother's home. The court rejected Sanchez's argument that he was experiencing a psychotic episode at the time of the killing. Police arrived at the home in Madrid in February 2019 after a friend raised concerns about the welfare of Maria Gomez. During the trial, the court heard that Sanchez, then aged 26, had strangled his mother during a dispute. He then dismembered and ate parts of her body over the following 2 weeks, feeding some to his dog. Spanish media say he had been known to police because of his violence against his mother and that he had breached a restraining order at the time of his arrest. That's it for CGN News. I'm Scott Wilson. Thanks for watching.